are harvesting honey and get ready for tomorrow. We will have new bees coming
Why would we have new bees coming?
because the old one didn't make it through the winter.
Alright, Talon's gonna open up the hive. Let's take a look inside. Haven't taken a look since we know the bees died, since there's no activity. We probably figured that out sometime in January, and since then it's just been a waiting game until we have to get the hive ready for the new bees. Here we go. See what we got inside. We have 2 hives now because last year the bees split. I'll show a picture of that. So we were able to collect those. So we have a hive right next to this that was full of bees as well. Unfortunately they died as well. They lasted a little bit longer than this hive, but they still died nonetheless. So this will be really interesting to see both of these hives. We should have a lot of honey, and then we'll get them ready for the next hive. Or sorry, for the next bees that are coming. You can really smell it. That's the bee bread, right, Talon?
Yeah.
So right now Talon is using this little cool tool that will split the
Cheese cutter.
cheese cutter, yeah. That'll cut the wax so she can open it up.
Cut the
We're having technical difficulties. Talon can't seem to open the hive.
It's stuck together.
Just putting little wedges in here so she can pop it open. So it looks like we have moths, unfortunately. Does that mean the honey will be no good, Talon?
I'm not sure yet. Or it might just be the baby bees.
Oh, it could be just be baby bees apparently.
There's a name for it.
The larva.
A lava, yeah.
Let's get a closer look at that honey. We can diagnose what killed these bees. Last year our bees died as well, and it was mites. So we'll have to see again if it was mites this year or just bad
I don't
luck.
know what this is.
It's like we're investigating some sort of mystery substance. Talon, what do you think that is?
I don't know.
Honey here. Have a whole box of honey here. Looks really good. It's 2 years this box has been in there for, so it's going to be dark honey, which will be nice. Right now Talon was just mentioning how the honey appears watery. We don't really know what that means, but
Might just be condensation.
could be condensation. Did you see any mold?
No.
No mold, so that's a good sign at least.
Yeah, there's some, yeah.
Oh, it looks like there's some larvae in here from a moth, which is unfortunate. So we'll have to treat that for sure before we put the new bees in here. Foraging bees have found the honey. No doubt they'll attract more. Doesn't get any better if you're a bee than free honey. So I'm sure they'll be coming in large numbers here pretty soon. It is kind of late, it's about 5 o'clock. So that'll probably limit their activity, but there's going to be a lot of them. So it's very exciting kind of doing this process because we know tomorrow the new bees will be here. We're getting it from a different source. So it'll be very interesting to see how those bees do. This box seems mostly empty, got a little empty comb in there. Otherwise, that's it. And then down below, the massacre of, there's dead bees down there. Let's perform this autopsy, Talon. Let's see what's inside.
Ready?
Yeah.
Lots of dead bees.
Lots of dead bees. So looking at this pile of bees, I'm definitely seeing a lot of mites, dead mites. They're pretty hard to see because they're just little kind of red dots, but there's a lot of them in there mixed in with the bees. So Talon's going to scrape this off now. So Talon was just mentioning that she can probably actually feed all these dead bees to the chickens.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Because there's wax. Oh yeah.
When you mention the chickens, the dog gets excited.
Bucket.
Oh,
Or
just
your
brush.
next
She's just gonna brush it on the ground. We're not gonna bother giving it to the chickens. It'll just be compost.
Okay.
Yep. The remnants of the hive. Alright, here goes the second box coming up. See what's inside. Oh, this is just the cedar shavings.
Oh.
In this box looks much lighter. It's a newer beehive. The last one was older. This is the good stuff right here. Hard not to think that looks delicious. So we'll finish up here, take this honey, or at least a portion of it, leave some of it for the new bees, put the hives back together, and then we'll be ready to put the new bees in tomorrow. Alright, it's the next day. It's a wonderful day. It's probably in the 60s or low 70s. And we picked up the bees from a local bee seller here. And now we're ready to put them onto the hive. We have these little boxes over here that will allow us to put these ones that we got from the bee seller onto our hive because it has a different size. And eventually we will remove them once the bees move into the boxes. So Talon is getting everything ready. Bees look healthy. The guy who's selling them told us that he does treat them for mites before we get them. So that's good, I guess. And hopefully they will survive. He was mentioning that a lot of other people's bees that were picking out mentioned that they died over the winter, so it's not just us. She's gonna pull out the first frame. What are you looking for, Talon?
I'm just trying to slowly remove it right now.
Cool, lots of bees. Alright, so she'll move all of these over there.
In the same order.
In the same order. And then eventually, those will move their way down into the hive. We cut out this little board with a hole in it. And so they can move down into the hive as their bee or as their colony expands. Talon's looking for the queen right now. Any luck?
Nope.
Not yet.
Can you see this side?
Alright, we found the queen. Hopefully you can see it. She's moving around. There's a big cluster of bees around her. So that's pretty cool. Nice job. Good eye, Talon. And the last window, the last frame. Here's the last frame in the last box, and then everything will be moved. So this was a short video on the process we had for getting our new bees. Sad that the last bees didn't make it, but new opportunity, new bees. So hopefully it'll be more successful this year, and we have lots of honey to show for the efforts last year. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. It's Boise Fruit. I'll see you in the next video.